Point 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Yeah. Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock
Hey,
Point.
discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point. Rock Point.
Rock Point 256. Discover the rock in you.
Have you thought about death in a good way? Where death lives order, peace, and tranquility in your family. Where your wishes are followed to the letter. Where your wife and children are not disturbed. And where your greedy relatives cannot take over. And have you thought about death in a bad way? Where violence and strife follow immediately after your death. Where your relatives fight over your dead body. Where your wife and children are left out in the cold. Where your greedy relatives steal everything you've ever worked for.
The difference is in making a will. Be prudent, be responsible, be loving, be foresighted, and show it by writing your will, the last and lasting gift to your family. This message is brought to you by Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, with support from the Democratic Governance Facility, DGF.
Rock Point 256.
We are delighted that you're with us today for episode 415 of Rock Point 256. Be informed that this is the second last episode for this season, and we hope that you have really enjoyed being with us this season. However, that does not mean that Rock Point 256 is going to be off air.
We have summarized everything that happened this season into 8 episodes, which we are going to air after our last episode next week. So, if you missed any episode, the summaries will fill you in. Just make sure that you do not miss.
Well, let's have a flashback of episode 414 before we listen to episode 415.
Damali wanted to commit suicide.
So, will my father not marry me off?
Not at all. Police cannot allow him.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. And now, open the door.
Let me hope you're not lying to me, Mommy.
You got me scared, Damali.
Mommy, I was scared.
Don't worry anymore. The police will help us. Hey, Damali, what is that?
Mommy.
Do you know that is rat poison, Damali?
Yes, I know.
Do you know that it is very dangerous? Oh my God, my daughter, you wanted to kill yourself?
Yes.
Yeah?
I wanted to swallow it and die rather than being married off.
Oh my God, Damali. Oh, Damali.
The headmaster asked Teacher Mark to start coming early enough to look into his pupils' books because parents are very serious with issues at the school.
You better. The parents are now making sure that their children have homework and that the books are marked.
What? Why don't they come and teach their children themselves if they think they know better than us, the teachers?
Well, you can simply say that because you are not in the PTA meeting.
Sincerely, these parents are demanding a lot. Have they now turned into school inspectors?
Mark, you do not understand what I have been going through to make sure that your piggery remains in business.
It's our piggery, Edmaster Gilbert. It has been in your interest too for me to go and attend that business.
What you do not understand is the pressure I am feeling, not just from the parents. I even have Monday on my back making sure that there are management committee meetings, teachers meetings.
Well, that's fine for you to go to meetings, but I need to keep that business ticking. People are coming to the piggery now. You will be amazed. Word has got around that we produce the best.
That is very well, Mark. But right now, you need to understand that the parents are demanding that you become a serious teacher.
I am serious.
You need to be coming earlier in the morning. This will give you enough time to look into the pupils' books.
And here is episode 415 of Rock Point 256. Enjoy it.
Rock Point 256. Discover the rock in you.
Mama Sam, you have yawned and I have seen all your intestines.
I didn't know you were there, Peter. You even seen my intestines?
How do you yawn for a whole minute, honestly?
But Peter, it wasn't even a minute. You've woken up so early today.
I am just here checking and cleaning my central government.
Let me see how the central government is doing.
It is healing nice, I can assure you. Don't you see that the cotton wool I am using to clean no longer have blood in it?
Peter, you don't have the dressing?
Yeah.
I thought that it's supposed to be done at the health center.
It was done at the health center, Mama Sam.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Yesterday.
Aren't you lying, Peter?
No.
You probably feared the last injection you were supposed to get, so you removed it yourself.
My dear Mama Sam, I treasure my weapon so much. I am ready to do everything the healthy workers tell me.
How is it that you did not inform me when you were going?
I think you were absent-minded because I remember telling you before I went to the healthy center.
So did you get an injection this time round too?
I was supposed to get one, but the doctor knows that I prefer tablets and he said that they work equally well.
But Peter, why do you fear injections so much?
The doctor also told me that you should not stress me because that too affects the way my wounds heal. So that topic about injections should stop because it stresses me.
Peter, you know I don't mean to stress you.
I know that, my dear. You have actually been my greatest support and I am grateful.
So do you love me more than your mother?
Of course.
Which reminds me, how had I even forgotten? Your mother sent your younger sister here to tell you that you have taken long without visiting them.
Really? You know, I don't want to go there walking slowly like I'm doing now. The last thing I need is questions from my mother.
And can you imagine? The girl said, Mbu, your mother is wondering why you've taken long without going home, as if this is not your home.
But you know, mother, she has never fully accepted that I moved out and I am no longer under her care. Just forgive her. Besides, I'm not going to tell her I was circumcised. She would die.
Are you sure?
No. But getting circumcised was something I did with your understanding. My mother doesn't need to know.
Now that is my husband talking. I agree with you. By the way, there are some things you don't need to share with your parents. It's up to the two of us now.
Mama Priska, surprised to see you with Diana.
I've brought her back. I hope you don't mind, Teacher Pamela.
How can you even say that? It's good she's even in uniform.
You see, Pamela...
Oh, wait, Diana, first get in the class, okay?
Thank you, Teacher Pamela. I'm really grateful that you understand.
You don't even need to thank me, Mama Priska. Exams are starting on Monday, and I'm glad that she will at least sit the exams.
But hasn't she missed a lot? Will she even pass?
I'm going to try and take her through the major topics which she missed this weekend.
I'm so indebted to you, Teacher Pamela.
Don't even say that. Actually, it's my duty. We can't expect all parents to be happy, especially when we are not meeting our side of the bargain.
No.
Wait, let me finish, okay?
Okay.
You see, Mama Priska, I perfectly understand your bitterness. My heart also breaks for these children, especially the candidates. So I didn't really take offense about what happened. I want them to succeed.
I'm glad because it seems as though this school is driving me crazy.
I know.
You know, Teacher Mark and I, we clashed.
What happened exactly? I heard about it. Tell me, Mama Priska.
Honestly, I need to get some control over my anger because it might cost me.
I understand your situation very well because I'm always landing in similar problems with the headmaster.
But I doubt that yours gets to mine. I get so consumed with fury. Just imagine I was threatening to let loose Teacher Max pigs.
That was so funny. But you should have taught him a lesson.
Anyway, that is how he ended up pushing me to the ground and giving me a mother of all warnings to stay away from his piggery. I was so scared. I thought he was going to thump me, but I pretended to be brave.
You don't even need to blame yourself. And I can assure you that what happened is definitely going to bring about some change in the way Teacher Mark handles his work.
How? Tell me.
Parents were so angry, they went to see Monday. So Monday came and fried the headmaster. He's under fire right now.
That's good to hear. But I'm afraid I lost my temper.
Forget it, Mama Priska. You were allowed to be angry. And the good thing is, you've made people notice. They are changing.
I'm flattered that you think I helped bring change, Teacher Pamela.
Of course. It shows as a parent you care.
Are you honest?
Of course. And it is the reason I am ready to help your daughter at all costs.
But mother, all this food, really? What would you have done if we hadn't come?
You know me, my son. I always plan for my visitors adequately.
You see what I told you, Mama Sam? The aroma is just so out of this world. I do not praise my mother for nothing.
But Peter, you are talking about the aroma even before you smell the food.
I can assure you the food smells really nice, Mama Peter.
Since Mama Sam has complimented me for the first time, my food today must be something else.
But I always enjoy your food, Mama Peter.
And how come you have never told me so?
Because Peter tries so hard to rub it in my face, so I act as though I don't enjoy it.
But mother, everyone is hungry. Why don't we sit and eat?
I think we should wait for Mega first.
Mega?
Who invited her here?
Invitation? Does she need an invitation to see her mother-in-law?
Mega cannot make it here.
Oh my. You mean Mega is going to give me another grandchild? Is she expecting Peter?
Mother, Mega is history.
History? What do you mean?
Mega eloped with the truck driver.
What? Is that true, Peter?
A lot has happened, Mama Peter. Mega practically...
Look at this loose mouth. Go check on the food in the kitchen.
Did you just call me loose mouth, Peter?
I didn't mean to, Mama Sam. Just that you are giving a lot of unsolicited information.
Well, I'm not happy.
I am sorry, but kindly leave me to talk to my mother alone. I'll find something to do around the house. Oh, and bring me a glass of water, Mama Sam.
What on earth is Mama Sam talking about, Peter?
I don't know.
Is it true that Mega eloped?
Mega is history, Mother. That's all I can say.
I'm really worried about what else could be happening in your life that Mama Sam is talking about.
Mother, I am really hungry. Can we just have that meal that you invited us to?
I am not plating such cornrows anytime soon. God, they are so small.
But she was really smart. I also want such cornrows, Topi.
Flower, first sweep away those leftover braids.
So you're going to plait me after, eh?
No, Flower. Remember I had started on writing my will.
But Topi, this whole will writing worries me.
Why does it worry you?
Come on, Topi. Don't you know that writing a will is bad omen?
I have heard about that. But considering Judith's situation, it is important that one writes a will sooner rather than later, because that later may never happen.
Just because it never happens to some people like Guma does not mean that it will happen to you too.
None of us knows the day of our death, otherwise we would be prepared. Just look at the chaos in Guma's household.
Anyway,
come here and remind me. I'm writing out a draft of my will.
But Topi, you don't even have the 2 witnesses needed.
I'm just drawing up a draft such that I do not invite the 2 witnesses when I don't know what to do.
You will first write the date, then you will introduce yourself briefly, and where you stay, your address.
What does a brief introduction mean? I don't remember.
You say, I am Topi, the wife of Ali and the daughter of, and I stay in Rock Point. Then you list all your properties and the people you want to inherit.
Well, I am Topi.
Mention what you own and who you want to give it to.
Well, I want my salon to go to my youngest sister and my savings in my account to pay my son's school fees under the guardianship of Ali.
You write the account number and the name of the bank.
Okay. I have finished.
Is that all you have?
Yes. Why?
But Topi, I don't think what you have is worth writing a will over.
Let me tell you that even what people call small property can cause disagreements.
For me, I have nothing, so I can't write a will.
My dear Flower, my will have other things like where I prefer to be buried. For example, contrary to the custom, I want to be buried next to my mother.
But Topi, including things like where you want to be buried is kind of creepy.
Creepy how? When I have wishes that no one else may not automatically know.
Anyway, I for one wouldn't include where I want to be buried.
Well, I would also want my elder brother to be the implementer of my will.
Why him?
I just think that he knows how to get things done without necessarily causing enmity.
You're really serious about putting everything down, eh?
Very, very serious, Flower. I want peace when I die. I do not want all my relatives, known and unknown, fighting over leftovers like a pack of hungry dogs.
Like Guma's family, you mean?
Indeed, like Guma's family has done.
Like I've said, our lessons shall be ending today in preparation for final exams.
Why don't we have lessons until the last day, Teacher Pamela?
Freddie, we as teachers have done our best. You need these 2 days to rest and to revise on your own.
But Teacher Pamela, I don't feel very ready for the exams.
Many people never feel ready for a new assignment, Freddie. But that is okay. You just have to do your best. You need to understand that national examinations are similar to the exams we have been doing here.
Teacher Pamela, I feel as though I'm starting to mix topics as the days draw near.
Richard, I don't want you to panic. That's why I want all of you to sleep early on the last day. Make sure that you read the instructions in the question papers carefully. Is that okay, candidates?
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
Today is our final briefing. So let us remind ourselves of all the exam tips teachers have been giving you. Freddie?
We should make sure that we have 2 pens that are working before entering the exam room, just in case one fails to write.
Good. Richard?
We should come early to school that day, because when we arrive 30 minutes after the exam has started, we shall not be allowed to sit the exam.
Thank you, Richard. Diana, are you putting up your hand?
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
Okay.
We should be clean and smart in full school uniform.
Good. And please see me after this, because I want to help you a little with some work for these 2 days.
Teacher Pamela, I also need more help. I don't feel ready.
Freddie, my dear, just go back home, relax and do nothing for the next 2 days. Just take your time to prepare for exams.
But Mother will not be happy if I fail.
Freddie, you are now starting to panic and it's not good. Your mother will be very pleased when you simply do your best. And that goes to all of you who fear that you're going to disappoint your parents and teachers.
But Teacher Pamela, I still need you to remind me about how to get a cube root.
Richard, that's the panic I'm talking about. You're the one who was showing your friends how to do it yesterday. Just relax and breathe in, and your mind will quickly remind you, okay? So, what did I say about reading questions? How many times should you read through a question and why?
You said that we should read a question very slowly, at least twice, to make sure we understand it before answering.
That's good, Richard. If you have remembered that, then you'll remember everything you have learned, okay?
Okay, Teacher Pamela.
What if I forget my index number, teacher?
Freddie, all of you are going to sit on desks where papers with your index numbers have been plastered. Is that okay?
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
So, what did I say about wanting to talk to your friend in the exam room, Richard?
We should not talk in the examination room, and if we want anything from someone, then we need to raise our hand and the invigilator will come and help us.
Thank you, Richard. You have heard that, Diana. You were not around when we discussed it.
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
Well, I think we are all clear now on the examination rules and regulations. Anything else? Yes, Freddie?
You say that we shall write our names on all the exam sheets. Just in case they get torn, it will be easy to know the owner if it has a name.
Hey, Peter, help me throw in these nets.
That I can do.
I know. You are not ready to go out to the lake yet.
I have healed well, but I still need a few more days to avoid bruising myself.
But it's good to see you by the lake again, man. It's just a matter of time and you shall be back. Never mind. Your decision was really brave.
I did not know that Peter was coming. I wouldn't have come.
Come on, Blasio. Peter is here just to check on us. He's not in shape to go out to the lake.
I hope he's not staying behind to go check on Mega.
Come on, Blasio. Peter has been bruised. If going by my experience with Chantal is anything to go by,
When you meet a man who is bigger and taller at your woman's place calling himself her new lover, you would have to think twice before going back, Blasio.
My theory has always been to make no promises and to make no commitments.
It's just that you have not met someone who is good enough to make a commitment to, Blasio.
Why don't you two just accept that I am a little smarter than both of you?
Well, Blasio, it's time for us to go out to the lake. It's getting late.
Peter, you had better get well soon because I've never gotten used to the fear of being out on the lake.
Maybe you should just admit that we are braver than you.
This is not a joking subject, people.
It serves you right for showing off previously. It is now my turn to laugh at you.
Well, just wear your life jacket, Blasio. That's all.
Let me help you to strap it.
Won't that bruise you?
Sure. Come on, let me help you.
Blasio thought he could boast about being able to deal with women without getting emotionally attached, forgetting that he too has a fear of water.
That's how life is.
I'll tell you.
You might be good at something, but that is not a reason to boast, because the other person is likely better than you at something else. God gave each of us a niche.
What do you think of Mama Priska bringing her daughter Diana to school? Swallowing pride is not an easy thing.
I think it's easy to swallow pride when dealing with understanding people like Teacher Pamela, because there are people who would want to rub it in your face and punish you for what you did.
Don't you just like Toppy's resolve about writing a will?
Oh, yeah.
She's very serious, even if she doesn't seem to have a lot, just as alone on her savings.
I wish many other people would emulate her Bambi. For example, did you know that most people have accounts that no one knows about? Even if there is just 50,000 on that account, if no one knows about it, no one will be able to access your money.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today. But we shall be reading your messages before we go.
Okay. Divine Love Mwanje via Facebook said, "And there comes the greedy in-law. It is so annoying that the old man wants to take over the widow." Another listener, Nixon Mugisha, said, "Pamela should stop telling Robert about the headmaster. Christine of Naluvule in Luero is so mad at Deo that she had this to say. Direct me to where Deo is, such that I can slam him with an iron bar, since peace has failed."
But Christine, really, hitting someone with an iron bar is criminal, however angry you might be at their actions.
And as for Nixon, it is true that there is some wisdom in what you are saying. Sometimes lovers do not take kindly to information you give them about other people who are pursuing you. But it also depends on the person. Some people feel bad, and it may be hard to be fully open with them. But others who want complete honesty and openness will want to know who is pursuing you.
Yes. It's time for us to go, people. But please send us that message with your thoughts about this drama on 0776 256 256. Or you can reach us by email on rockpoint256uganda@gmail.com. You can also join us on Facebook or our new Twitter handle @NewRockPoint256 and leave a comment or a message.
And for those who are listening in for the first time, we would like to inform you that we offer free telephone counseling. So if you need counseling or information concerning early marriage, community involvement in the education of children, the legal way of inheriting property or how to write a will, youth participation in politics, HIV, abstinence, family planning, pregnancy, male circumcision, alcohol abuse, violence, or any other health issues, please call our toll-free hotline on 0800 200 600. Or you can also visit a health facility, school, or local leader near you.
Rockpoint 256 is brought to you by Communication for Development Foundation Uganda with support from the Democratic Governance Facility
and from Twaweza Uganda. It takes one person to make change happen. Change, ni mimi, ni wewe, ni sisi. Change is me, change is you, change is us. Until next time, bye. Bye.
Hey, now that my brother is dead, I can take over his riches. After all, I'm his only brother and all his children are just girls. I see myself driving his car, wearing that chicken suit of his, sleeping in that Mazongoto bed. Everyone will say, I have arrived. It's my turn to pay that widow back for always treating me with disregard. She will have to lick my feet.
Primitive speculation. No one has a right to take over the property of the deceased unless as provided in a valid will. Remember, a will that excludes the widows and the orphans can be challenged in the courts of law.
This message is brought to you by Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, with support from the Democratic Governance Facility, DGF.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock Point.
Hey, discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point. It's your right, time to be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. It's your right, time to be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. Rock Point 256. Rock Point 256. Come with me to Rock Point. Come with me to Rock Point. It's your right, time to be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. It's your right, time to be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock
Hey,
Point.
discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point. It's your right, time to be the judge. Smile the rock in you right now. Make a decision, make it right. You got the body within you. It's your right, time to be the judge.